Hello good yo-yo people, I'm Nate, and this is Let's Talk Yo-Yo. Today, I have a review for you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And it is a review of The Life by ART and G2YoYos. This is the in the hand section. What does it actually feel like in the hand? And, well, I've been playing this yo-yo for a while. Recently picked up this green one, which was one of the ones that ART sold through their store. And I've been playing it though before this one. I've had it for a couple of months now, since Christmas. Yeah, since Christmas. Absolutely love this yo-yo. It is, I'm gonna be honest, it's my favorite yo-yo so far that G2 has ever put out. It fits my preferences. I think it's a fantastic beast of a yo-yo. It is it's just incredible. Now, for this in the hand section, I wanted to go ahead and kind of take us down a little bit of memory lane a little bit and show you a little bit what went into the Life, okay? There were three yo-yos in particular that sort of inspired the Life. As most collaboration yo-yos do, whenever companies get together, they take some of their maybe flagship yo-yos or some of their favorites and kind of pull pieces from each one of those and kind of say, hey, let's match these up into one design. So the first one, let's go ahead and talk about ARTs, and that is the Grail. So I have that here. I happen to have all these, which thank goodness I do because they're all fantastic. So anyways, yeah, right here, let's go ahead and look at the profile of that. Very similar flared out profile. Similar, exact same diameter, and it's a little, maybe, it's just very minimal. I think it's about the same width too. Really hard to tell. So there you go. The cups are a little bit different. You have a little bit of an IRG here in the Life where you do not have that in the Grail. And so it opens up just a little bit more of a bowl in the little bowl there, the Grail. And a little less of one in the Life. So a little less of a bowl there. And then you do have the undercut too, by the way, which we'll talk about that a little bit more. Now there is an undercut in the Life, but it is not inspired so much by the undercut. Here, hold on, let me focus. Come on now. There you go. Anyways, so yeah, it's not inspired so much by the undercut in this one as it is in another yo-yo, which we'll see here in just a minute. All right, then going back even further in time is the Triton. So the Triton here, this was one of my favorite yo-yos all time from G2YoYos. Love this yo-yo. This is the AL7 version of it, very much a sort of Grail yo-yo as well. So yeah, very similar profile as well. Okay, similar width as well. I mean, exact. I would say the thing that is probably closest though is the weight distribution as far as the feel on the string and all that on this one compared to here. So, all right, yeah, which now it makes me want an AL7 version of the Life, by the way. I think that would be amazing. All right, and then lastly is the Warthog. All right, so here I have the Warthog. Now the bowl on the Warthog is actually fairly similar. So there you go. If you can tell that black there, it's fairly black. But if it's coming through there at all, but yeah, the profile on that is quite different. Of course, the profile is V-shaped, but here's the similarity: is that undercut. So you can see that the cut on this one, the undercut on this one, is definitely as deeper than it was on the Grail, and it's very similar to the cut, if not exactly, on the Life. And so a little bit less center weight than you may have on, just kind of pulling away from that at least, than on the Grail. So maybe opens up a little bit more and just a little bit more less friction, I'm sorry, that kind of takes on there. So there you go. You see there, you can see the deeper cut there compared to what the Life, compared to what the Grail was. So yeah, man. So yeah, what's not to love about this yo-yo? It's kind of the best that both G2 YoYos, in my opinion, two of my favorite yo-yos from them, if not two of my top yo-yos of all time from them, kind of combining into the Grail, which is amazing. It took me forever to actually get a Grail of my own, and I'm glad I have one. It's not leaving my collection anytime soon. So all three of these yo-yos are amazing to create one incredible yo-yo. So yeah, it's incredible. I love this yo-yo. Absolutely love this yo-yo. If I said this ironically when I did the Warthog review like forever ago, that if I had a signature yo-yo from G2 YoYos, not like I deserve one ever because I don't compete or anything like that, but if I had one, this will be it. This will be it. Like, I love the Warthog, and I said that would be my signature yo-yo, but I really love this because it's basically, for me, it feels like an organic Warthog. What's not to love about that? I love organics, and yeah, let's go play it, see how it actually plays on the string, and see some of the similarities between these three and how they kind of went into this as far as play is concerned. All right, let's go play it. All right, the Life collaboration yo-yo from G2 YoYos and ART. Man, let's get right into it. On the string, it has that really great blend between what I love about the Grail, that sort of floatiness. It's not quite as floaty, but it's also more stable. It's stable like the Triton to me, right? And it has a little bit of that float that both the Warthog and the Grail sort of pull into it, but it's not overly floaty. I would not classify it as like this is its number one characteristic. It has a nice balance between float and stability. All right, and so it also has a little bit longer spin times, so it's just going to be generally a better competition, or just, you know, sort of trick killer yo-yo. All right, let's go ahead and throw some of those standard tricks and see how they perform for those. Now the gap is going to be a little bit more forgiving than it would be on something like the Grail, because of that deeper undercut, so there's less friction there. So even things like horizontal are not going to be impossible. Oh, maybe impossible for me. All right, let me try that again. I wouldn't normally gravitate towards an organic yo-yo because of that undercut and the gap on that. It performs much better than the average organic yo-yo that typically have higher walls, things like that. Pulls away from that, so really performs really well for those more horizontal, yes, more horizontal tricks. Anyways, yeah, okay, so rejections are also going to perform exceptional. On regens, it just excels. Yeah, really nice and stable, like I said. Just got a little bit more stability than the Grail, but a little less float than the Grail as well. So it comes down to really personal preferences. There is an IRG in there, so you can pop that up. Now the blast on this one is pure matte. That's the ones from One Drop. Okay, but it actually doesn't grind too bad. The ones from G2 YoYo, I believe, are Diamond Blast. Don't quote me on that. All right, let's go ahead and throw one of my tricks and see how it performs. I wasn't sure where I was gonna end that trick. It is what it is. Anyways, man, I really love the Life. Like I said, this is my favorite G2 YoYo. You know, there's certain yo-yos that are hyped up, you know, and you're like, okay, did they live up to the hype? This is one that's gonna live up to the hype. So don't rest on this one. Definitely seek it out whenever it's gonna be dropped next. Pay attention to that. I think it's just the best that collaborations can offer, taking the best yo-yos that there are. I mean, and these are fantastic yo-yos, so that really helps. That's a precedence, right? If they're good yo-yos kind of coming into design, you can't go wrong. And this is everything I love about all three of those yo-yos in one yo-yo. So that's the Life. Great job, gents. Good job. All right, that's gonna do it for my review of the Life by G2YoYos and ART. And as usual, good day and good yo-yo.